Jonna! Today I'm gonna be doing the festive Christmas book tag. So I haven't done a Christmas book tag in like 2 years. So I think it's time. I've never done this tag before, but it was created by a booktuber I actually watch and really love, Girl Reading. I'll leave the original down below. Let's get started. A fictional family that you would like to spend Christmas dinner with. For sure, the Largene Covey family. Oh my god, baked goods, amazing food, and also it would just be a great time. Number 2, a bookish item you would like to receive as a gift. So I actually have quite a few bookish items. I like really love bookish merch. But one thing I really want is like a ceramic bookish mug that just has like something bookish on it. Like I don't even care, like a bookish quote or like literally even if it just says books on it or has like a book design or something. There's something that I can drink hot tea out of. I just really want that. 3, a fictional character you think would make a perfect Christmas elf. For this one, I'm gonna go with Kitty from the To All of Us I Loved Before series. I mean, the way I interpreted this question is an elf is like a helper person, and Kitty kind of helps Largene and Peter get together, kind of. So I think she's an elf, and also she's adorable, and she would look cute, really cute in an elf costume, so why not? Number 4, match a book to its perfect Christmas song. I think that's the perfect song for A Little Princess, especially the version in How the Grinch Stole Christmas when it's like a little girl singing it. I can just imagine Sarah singing that song, and that song is really sad and it's about like Christmas changing and being different, and that definitely happens in this book, so I think it's the perfect song to go with this. Humbug, a book or fictional character you've been disappointed in and should be put on the naughty list. For this one, I'm going to go with Jane Unlimited by Kristen Cashore. I DNF'd this book in early 2018. I think it was in February, or I can't remember when. But I was so excited for this book. It had like Jane Eyre vibes, and you know I'm like obsessed with everything Jane Eyre, and I'm trash for everything Jane Eyre. And I've heard so many amazing things of Kristen Cashore's other books, and the audiobook narrator is Rebecca Soler, who is amazing. I was so freaking excited for this book, but then when I started listening to the audiobook, it was just so weird. I did not like it at all. It was so boring and I didn't understand anything. I got halfway through the book and I just gave up. I just could not take it anymore. I DNF'd it. I don't usually DNF books, so the fact that I DNF'd this book, that says a lot. Book or fictional character you think deserves more love and appreciation and deserves to be put on the nice list. So I want to talk about a book that I don't think I've ever talked about on my channel, and that is Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wayne. I read this book years ago, maybe when it first came out in 2012 or 13. Really long time ago. Even though I've read it years ago, I still remember reading it so vividly, and it's really stuck with me. Codename Verity takes place during World War II. It's one of the very few YA books that has no romance in it whatsoever. The whole book is all about the friendship between these two girls. One of them is a British spy in World War II, and the other one is a pilot. And it's told in dual point of view, and you see both of their stories and how they help the war effort. What's so amazing about this book is how so beautifully it's written. It's one of those books that when I read it, I felt like I was reading a classic book of literature. Like, it was so beautiful, and the fact that it's not very romantic, it's very much focused on friendship and strength, and all of the things that they go through are just really terrible things because it does take place during World War II. There's the message of like resilience and strength in this book, and it's just such a beautiful story, and I've never really heard people talk about this book. Maybe when it first came out people were talking about it, but I haven't seen really anybody talk about this book. I do think because it's historical fiction, a lot of people don't want to read historical fiction because they think it's boring. Historical fiction gets such a bad rep, but there's some absolute gems in the genre that you're going to be missing out on if you just completely write off the whole genre. Red, Gold, and Green, a book cover that has a wonderfully Christmas feel to it. I just realized that I could also do A Little Princess for this because it's red and gold and it just looks very like Christmassy, and also Little Women, but I'm too lazy to go get it because it's green. But for this one I chose The Wrath of the Dawn, The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. I don't know what it is about this cover. It's just so beautiful. It kind of looks like wrapping paper. I love the red and the gold, and like this whole design is just so beautiful. Last question is a book or series you love so much you want everybody to find under their Christmas tree so they can read it and love it too. Okay, I'm also going to talk about a series that I don't think I've ever talked about on this channel, and that is The Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot. I love this series so much. I grew up watching the Princess Diaries movies like over and over and over and over and over again when I was a child, and I started reading the books I think in middle school, and the series is just my childhood, honestly, and it makes me so happy thinking about it, and I really, really want to reread the series soon. It also just makes me so angry when so many people don't read the series and they just watch the movies, and I love the movies so much. I've watched them like a bajillion times, but I wish more people would understand that the book and the movie are very different. Some scenes that have a completely different tone in the movie. Like in the movie, her dad is dead. In the books, he's not. He's very much alive. He's kind of a loser, but he's alive. He's alive. And the grandma is a completely different character in the books. She's eccentric. Grand-mère is something. She has lovers, she's mean, she has this like poodle that's like annoying and everybody hates. Not a very motherly or like affectionate grandma. She's just kind of really selfish and doesn't really care much about others but herself. But I think that's the best thing about Grand-mère. Like, I loved her in the books. She's such a unique character. I've never read a grandma character like that before. And I understand why they changed it in the movie, because Julie Andrews gets to play the grandma and she's this like kind and affectionate grandma. I thought that was kind of boring though, you know? Like, they completely got rid of Grand-mère, who's this eccentric, grand, unique character, and replaced her with the stereotypical affectionate grandma, and it made me so sad. And so many people don't know Grand-mère. They don't know how she actually is because they haven't read the books, and it makes me so sad because you're missing out. And so much of like Meg Cabot's humor doesn't really translate well in the film. That's my answer for this question. I really wish more people would read The Princess Diaries and not just watch the movies. I wish they would do both and understand how different the movie and book is. There's like a completely different tone. That's all for this tag. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below if you disagree or agree with any of my answers. And also, what is your favorite Christmas album if you love Christmas music? I have a lot of favorite Christmas albums because I'm obsessed with Christmas music. I love Michael Bublé's Christmas album and Celine Dion's Christmas album and also NSYNC's Christmas album, and then Lindsay Sterling's Christmas album came out last year and it's already like one of my all-time faves. I am a bit biased because I'm obsessed with Lindsay Sterling. I've seen her in concert like 4 times. I love her. Comment down below what's your favorite Christmas album. My social media links are all down below. My Twitter, my Bookstagram, my Goodreads. Arrivederci!